Hi everybody. This is Cindy and Sydney, my little granddaughter. She's visiting me from California, so we're out exploring today. It's a hot one too, let me tell you. We're gonna melt. So we are at Thunder Mountain Park, and I've been here before, but it was a long time ago, so Sydney wanted to see it, so we're gonna do this again, guys. So maybe a better video this time. So anyway, let's go on in and see what we can see, and me and Sid are going to take in all the sights. So I hope you enjoy. Come along with us. Here's the first part of it when we first come in the entrance. And look at some of this stuff. What do you think, Sydney?
Awesome.
Look at all these things. So he's got everything in here. This guy, he was an Indian gentleman, or Native American, I should say. He came here, gosh, I think it was the early 1900s, if I'm correct. 1920s, 30s, something like that. And he ran out of gas here in his pickup truck. So he just decided to stay here and start building. And he named his project here Thunder Mountain. But you can see, oh gosh, some of this stuff is weird. Look at this. That's remnants of an old-timey typewriter. I mean, barely there, but there it is. This is unreal. He would go out and collect up junk, any kind of junk he could find in the desert. There's an old chain, and he built things with it. It's just unbelievable, some of the stuff in here. Look at this. I mean, there's just junk, and then he would stick it all together with cement. Cement and rocks. It's incredible. Check this out, an old car. An old dirt bike. Look at that, guys. Isn't it some? This place just absolutely cracks me up. And then he does the touches like a string of cement with rocks in it. I mean, this is amazing. Check this out. He was also an artist. He did all this by hand, all himself. Isn't that cool? And there's Sydney.
Salut.
Did you say salud?
Salut.
Salut? Are you speaking French? She is. Oh, I just backed into a tree. Look at this old dirt bike. That's hilarious. Look at that. He just, any piece of garbage he could find, he hauled it in from the desert, used a bunch of cement, stuck it together. This is actually a fence that he made. Look at all this stuff. Did you take a look, Sydney, at all the things he's got in here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unbelievable.
He had a lot of patience.
Yeah, I did. Can you imagine collecting all this stuff? Going out and just dragging it all back here? Some of it's so rusted you can't really tell what it is anymore. This part of it looks like an engine block. Oh, yep. There's the serial numbers on it right there. That's hilarious. Oh, look here. Somebody's got the door open. Let's go take a look in it. This car is part of the fence. That is so funny. Whoa, that's pretty gutted. Yeah, not much left of this car. Look at that. Wow. That is so funny. Here's some more of his fence. Oh, holy cow. Take a look at that. Well, car parts, bicycle parts, you name it. This guy's got, look at that, even old gas cans. And this is a fence, guys. Well, I guess it saves on buying building materials, and he cleaned up the desert somewhat. You know, with all the mining activity and people abandoning cars out here in this desert, and he just go and collect it up and just use it to build with. It's strange, but very unique. Here's some of the stuff. This fence goes on forever, so I'll get some of this stuff. Just amazing. This absolutely just floors me. Look at this. Wow. And he was actually declared an accredited artist at one point. He won some awards from the state for the work that he did here. So let's go see what else we can find. We found a book here on the table. It's like a little alcove here, telling a little bit of history of the place. The pictures are so faded you can barely see them. But here's a picture of the gentleman, the Native American man that started building this place. And that's part of the house he was building in the background, along with all the junk he's collected. And that was him. And this is him a little bit later on. I hope you can see because of through the glare here. I don't know how I can fix that. Anyway, that's him. That's his wife and their 3 children. Or it looks like 4 children. I don't know who the baby belongs to. But I heard he only had 3. But that's him and his children, and they lived here. And that's part of the house. Very interesting, and the rest of the pictures are pretty faded. And Miss Sydney found a register book. Did you sign us in?
Not yet.
Okay. And she's going to sign us in.
My handwriting is terrible.
Oops. Oh no. You're fine. No, it is just terrible.
Got doctor's handwriting.
Yeah, you do? She's going to be a doctor.
What is today? Like the 11th?
On 12th.
12th.
July 12th.
I can't think of the year. I keep thinking it's 20.
You could put on here and put my name on there too. A little windy. Oh, I forgot to put a Band-Aid over the speaker part, so you may hear some wind, people. I'm sorry.
S-I-N-D-Y?
You don't even know how to spell your grandma's name. What is the matter with you? C-I-N-D-Y.
Okay, I was close.
You just put W.
I'm like, I can't spell it all. State.
While she's doing that, we'll take a look. This is a little like shelter, picnic table area. Somebody forgot their cup. Let's see what this plaque is. Oh, in remembrance of Ken Penland, mountain man who loved God. Oh, 58 to 2014. Well, he was young when he died, relatively young. Must have been a good friend of the family or something. Thunder Mountain House was the first Thunder built and was abandoned. What is left of it can be seen just about 1 mile south of Thunder Mountain. So there's another one, Sid. Another house about a mile from here. A mile south of here. Huh. Well, that's tough living back in those days in the heat. No air conditioning, and today it's like we were melting. Today it's hot.
Yeah.
It is very hot. Whew. Makes you appreciate the air conditioning.
I signed this in.
You got us all signed in? All right then.
Maybe.
This is his version of a playground. It's a monkey bar to hang on and a swing.
I'm too scared to sit on it.
Yeah, I don't know if it would hold you at this point. It's been there a long time. Oh, look at that. Look at that airplane. He made that airplane out of cement. And I think this at one point was a slide. You climb up this ladder. And I think this was a slide. Yeah, I think at one time it was. Not much of it. Look at that old car. That is amazing. That old station wagon. Unbelievable. Let me go look inside of it. Gotta look inside the cars. I don't even know what that is. There's Sydney. On top of a pile of junk. Let's see if Sid can get down from there without killing herself. You know, we're really far away from places. Don't get hurt. You'd die before an ambulance got here.
Oh God.
Can you make it? Ta-da! And she scores! You can see the freeways right over there. We're just off the 80, Highway 80 freeway. And this place is actually a state park. And you can come and visit it if you want. They have declared it a historical site. I'm not sure what this chain was for. I guess you could stand on it and swing at one time. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Oh, talking about Gillar flew in 1898, flew over canyons and trees. His aircraft, something about a plane, 20 years ahead of the Wright brothers. Interesting. Never heard of that person. We'll have to look him up. Check out this really old this is the remains of an old cash register, believe it or not. This is the innards. It's pathetic that I know that, isn't it? Here's another car with... He had things written in the cement. It's funny. It says 1917, and the rest of it's too obliterated. I can't read it all. Something St. Mary's something written in the cement. He wrote notes all over the place in the cement. Very, very interesting. Look at that. Mother Nature has almost taken this back. It's just a shell. That's crazy. And the tires cemented on top of the car. I'm not quite sure what this was off of. Good Lord. There's another, if you can read that. I'm not sure. Some of it is so worn you can't read it. That says 1925 Ford truck tire. That one right there. Here's a bench seat that he made out of cement. He used a lot of cement. He really had a fascination for this Gilmore guy. It says salute Gilmore, 1898 something airplane, Grass Valley, California. Huh. Look at that. This looks like it is a Cadillac. Maybe in 1959. Looks like it had the fin with maybe the big tail lights on it. Oh, this was a sheriff's car. Check it out. That was a sheriff's car. Sheriff's car, a Cadillac sheriff's car. Who'd have thunk it? But you know, back then, out here, who knows? Okay, let's see, make sure there's no rattlesnakes under here before I walk up here. That'd be unpleasant. Oh, I can't even get up there to look inside. I'm just going to show you the inside, but it's raised up too high. I'm vertically challenged. There's another really odd car mounted up on cement pillars. And he's got some writing up there, which I'm too short to read. Okay. Let's see what this plaque says over here. This is, I don't know if you can read that. It says the hostel. The hostel was built to be an Indian school to teach the old ways. The hostel consisted of something. I can't read the middle part of it, it's too faded. It was completed but destroyed during the 1983 Thunder Mountain fire. So evidently there was a big fire here and a lot of this got destroyed. This was actually part of an Indian school that he built by hand to teach the Native American children not the white man ways, but the old ways of the Native Americans. Kudos to him. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of stuff written in the cement. This is something about the American Army. Gosh, I can't even read it. This is something about the hostel, but it's so faded. Let's go look over. Look at that. There's the wall on the inside. Oh, see, last time I was here, this was all solid. You could not get inside of it. So it must have been revamped to allow you to go in, which I'm not going to go all the way in because This is a perfect spot, all that brush right there, for rattlesnakes to hide in to cool. So, don't like those critters too much, especially when you're way out and there's no emergency facilities for miles and miles. You really don't want to get rattlesnake bit. Would have been interesting to be here during some of his classes that he taught the Paiute Indians around here their old ways. Would have been fascinating. I can't read that stone. I wish I could. Evidently this was a well. Some kind of a well. There's the freeway, like right there. And when he first came here, this freeway over here was nothing but a one-lane dirt road. I'll have all the details for you in the description. Please read the description. It's a very interesting place. And there's one of the statues he made. He was actually a pretty good artist. And he was given some awards, but at one point in his life, his wife and children had left him. And I don't know that's the exact reason for it, but he did commit suicide here on the grounds. And he was awarded some kind of a state commemorative thing, but it was after his passing, and it's too bad. These are cool. I would imagine he might have collected those along the railroad line. Those little white thingies, if I'm not mistaken. Sydney's having a ball. She loves this kind of stuff. Look at the junk in there. And I believe this stuff right here, all this debris, is actually part of his stuff he collected that he never actually got around to using for anything. These are old bathtubs, old rusted bathtubs. Look at this. It was made in the United States of America by, can't read it, something Pacific. Standard something Pacific. Craziness. That, I'm not too sure. It looks like he started to build a wall, or maybe this was some of the damage from the fire too. So one of the walls is held up. Yeah. That's quite a good sized Indian area. I mean, school area for a Native American school. Look in this shed. See, it's got an old wooden door. Oh, look at this. Alright, this is obviously a wood storage shed. But we had to look. Have to look at everything, huh, Sid? Alright. And now, shall we go see the house?
Yeah.
We're going to go up here and walk around the house. They obviously don't want you to get too close. Because I think part of it is, oh, I wish the wind wasn't blowing. Part of it is pretty rickety. Probably for the public safety.